Soccer night, your night.
Yeah, massive games were they yesterday, last night, UEFA Champions League. Certainly we enjoyed it from our side. The depth, the crowd at Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund coach Edin Terzic praising the performance of his squad after beating Newcastle by 2-0, taking the lead in Group F of the UEFA Champions League. Dortmund right now are first in Group F with 7 points, followed by Paris Saint-Germain with 6. And Terzic also referred to last Saturday's 4-0 loss to Bayern Munich.
I think this is a great achievement for us because I think we didn't let it happen. We knew about the quality, especially up front. They are very flexible. They are very mobile. They can swap between 4 at the back, 3 at the back. They are always looking for balls in behind. They're always looking for balls into the pockets, in between the lines. And this is something that we try to stop. And this is something that we managed quite well, especially today. In Newcastle, in the second half, it was a very dominant game from Newcastle, but I think we defended well, we attacked really well, we used every space, we opened spaces for us. I think it was a well-deserved win, and it's a great achievement for us and a great compliment for our team that we kept a clean sheet for 2 times against Newcastle. This is something that not many teams are quite managed to do it, and so we are really happy with both games. So happy to be at such a big club on this level with BVB, and there is so much to do, and we are still not done yet. And until we are not done yet, and until they have the feeling that I'm the right man to get the best out of the team, this is the only focus that I have.
So the Newcastle manager Eddie Howe conceded that his team will need to beat both the Paris Saint-Germain as well as AC Milan to keep their Champions League dream alive.
We weren't far away tonight, and I think that's the thing to take, because I think us at our very best, even with the number of players we have out, I think it's good enough. So we have to take collective responsibility for that. The players gave so much on Sunday, so it's not a question of me sitting here and questioning what they've given. I think they've given what they could give. But I think maybe the game just came too quickly for us. The turnaround was, after what they've given in recent weeks, maybe just a day too early. If our best version of ourselves turned up today, I think the result would have been different. I felt the same in the first game. But that's not to take anything away from Dortmund, who have played us very well in the 2 games. You have to give them a lot of credit. Their record here is very good. I think they've got a really good manager, good set of players. So today's task was huge for us, and ultimately we weren't good enough. The frustration on our performance, knowing that there's more in the tank for us to give. We're better than that. We can show a better version of ourselves than we did. So a frustration that I don't think Dortmund have seen the best Newcastle, and that always leaves, when you're in my shoes, a feeling of frustration. But we have to accept it. We've delivered it. We can only look to the future now. No, I didn't feel that way. I felt our supporters were brilliant for us tonight in a difficult game for them, probably to express themselves fully on the back of our performance. Dortmund are very well supported. I think the stadium's a great arena to play in. We're disappointed we didn't do better in it. Yeah, I think it's difficult to tell at this stage, but I think we've got to try and win our last 2 games.
What about Manchester City? Well, their manager Pep Guardiola says that the loss of John Stones was bad news for the club after the defender suffered an injury in the holders' 3-0 Champions League victory over the Young Boys. That game played last night. So the England international was withdrawn at half-time at the Etihad Stadium. So 2 goals from Erling Haaland and 1 from Phil Foden was enough to secure the win for City as they sealed their place in the last 16 for an 11th successive year.
His muscular is injured, so will be a while out. His incident is a pity for him because he's a crowd professional. He tried to do it, but it's a pity. It's a bad news for us. It's the bad news for tonight.
We're talking weeks or months?
I don't know. I didn't know it. It's not normal, but I said, no. Match we win 3-0, no. Yeah, but it happened, so I don't know. I don't know the reason why it happened. It's not a big subject for me right now. No, I not even spoke with him. It's just yesterday we saw the training session. We saw how he moved and how happy he was, and he feels good. I said, okay. For us, it's so important, Erling. So have the sense of the threat, and and he felt good. Said, okay, going to play. And after the job was almost done, take a rest for next Sunday. Sometimes you have to fight against the tendency of the people think about us, about what is going to happen. And important is it happened. Important is what the people when say they're going to qualify for sure. Okay, we already qualify. Still, the job is not done because we have to finish first, because it's better to have the second leg in the last 16 at home than away, because at home we feel confident.
Yeah, talking about the confidence, that's last night. What about tonight, though? Some big games in the UEFA Champions League. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has praised his really bonded team, as he calls it, and appreciated the kind of support of his club following his frustrations with the refereeing during his side's 1-0 English Premier League defeat at Newcastle United on Saturday. The 41-year-old called Anthony Gordon's match winner an absolute disgrace after it was checked for 3 separate VAR incidents before being awarded.
Well, there is a really bond team, there is a really bond club at the moment, but certainly it shows the unity, the way we acted to express externally how we feel, and we have to do that. And if we want to transmit what we want to do, you have to speak loud and clear and put yourself in the line when it's needed to, and this is what we've done. Well, I think obviously it was great from my point of view. I didn't expect it. I said it's my duty to stand in front of you guys and give what I think, and then the club has got many options, and they decided to that one. I really appreciate it. I think the players did, everybody at the club did, and then it showed again that we are one and that we are ready for anything that comes across to fight it in the best possible way. I fully agree that we have to respect, and this is what we try to do. But to respect them as well, we have to stand there like I did in the touchline the other day, and to respect them as well, we have to have respect. You have to have good trust and the capacity to have a conversation and opinions. That's when respect is built.
So Mikel Arteta also confirming that the Brazilian forward Gabriel Jesus will miss Arsenal's UEFA Champions League Group B game against the Spanish side Sevilla at the Emirates Stadium tonight.
Well, obviously he's been out for a while, in this start of the season. I think the Premier League he only had one start, and he's one of our top players and the players that can produce those magic moments that are necessary to consistently win. But we have to adapt. We haven't got it tomorrow.
What about Manchester United? Well, the manager Erik ten Hag has stressed that Marcus Rashford is very committed to the club as the side prepares to face FC Copenhagen in Denmark tonight. So the striker has previously been criticized by his manager after he went out to celebrate his birthday hours after the 3-0 EPL defeat at Manchester City. The 26-year-old has scored just once this season, but United need Rashford. They need him back to his form of last year as they aim to progress from the UEFA Champions League group stages. So United are currently third in Group A with only 1 win in 3 matches.
Marcus is very committed to Manchester United, to this team, and he's investing real hard work and training to get back in his form. I think the players make their efforts, but it can always be more. So we expect the highest standards. Manchester United, when you're a player, when you're a staff, when you're a manager, Manchester United, the fans expect the highest standards, and they expect that you at least win every game. So we, from ourselves, have very high expectations. But also, when you're not playing right and in a well performance, you still have to win. Yeah, of course. Once you get more stable in the team, then you have a better chance to go in a run, and that you win some games after each other, and it puts you in a better position, because it's also gives you more belief, more confidence, and you have to make that look, of course, as a team. But it starts with of course good organization in and out of position, and it starts with very good attitude on the pitch. And I think that last point is absolutely what we have now. We have such a good vibe and spirit, and that even when we are not playing always our best games, we're still creating chances, because I can see Also, when I see the XG from us in games, is still there. And well, when we get ourselves in position that we net some opportunities, we will get more belief.
All right, talking about that belief, Christian Eriksen returns to the Danish capital on Wednesday, leading FC Copenhagen manager Jakob Nistrup to add to the tension by claiming that the atmosphere at Parken is 100 times more intense than at Old Trafford. Well, diplomatically, Eriksen claimed that the atmosphere would be special, but not sure by how much.
I've never played against Copenhagen in here. I've only been here with national team, and I do know the atmosphere with national team is very special. So I do expect a special atmosphere, but I don't know if it's 100 times more theatrical than it would be at Old Trafford. I'm not sure.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Then they get a foot into the path of Xola. That's going to be number 4.
What an extreme talent, and it really, truly hurts, doesn't it? Babuntuli, our sincere condolences, Baba, on your loss.
Baba, Baba, usiphathe kabi kakhulu.
Esakhula, Baba, usichazele nje kancane.
Ube ingane ehloniphayo esemncane ukuhlonipha into yakhe ekhule nayo la egcekeni ke ubethanda kakhulu ibhola iplastic ball bengithi njalo ngimthengela lona agijime nalo lapha ekhaya egcekeni ebaleni ibhola leplastic okhomba ukuthi ke kwakuyinto ayedalelwe yona wathi ngelinye usuku mina ezoba seningibona lapha kuthizise ngigijima I think wayeno 9 years ekhuluma lawo manje
hayibo
#MSW Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
Yeah, let's dive straight into it. Our conversation here for tonight, undoubtedly one of the most talented midfield dynamos. That's what they used to call them. They say the midfield dynamos this country has ever seen. Yet, I suppose with all of the talent that he has, often there's a whole lot of like an unlucky streak that follows him. Or is it being unlucky, or is it just circumstances? I don't know. That's why we've decided to call him in. He had an educated foot, still has. Skill on and off the ball, hunger, discipline, determination, you name it all. This man has had in abundance. His swift moves have delighted us all in his days, whether it was at NWU, when he was still there, Cape Town All-Stars, Jomo Cosmos, also popped by through to Chippa United, Bidvest Wits, when it still existed, Orlando Pirates, AmaZulu, TS Galaxy, being the final stop. I don't know if it is the final stop. He joins us now. I wanted us to reflect a little bit on everything, because the journey this far has had a lot of questions that we need to ask. The one and only Xola Mlambo. Welcome to the show, Baba. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Mr. Rob.
Are you good?
It's been a long while. I'm good. By the grace of God, I mean, sibonga impilo. Apart from everything else.
Yeah,
that's the first important thing that you can ever wish to have. It's life, and condolences to the Ntuli family.
Absolutely.
So life is actually grace before everything else. So I'm good.
We miss you on the field.
I miss the field too, Rob.
So why aren't you in the field meeting?
It's been a dire situation, but I think it's almost coming to an end. And then other doors can open.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time you professionally kicked a football?
If I remember correctly, the last time I professionally kicked a football, it was when we played against Sekhukhune United at Polokwane. When I came as a sub. That was the last day.
That's
when
a while
we drew
ago.
1-1. Yep, last season.
That's a while ago. So when it stopped, post Sekhukhune, were you injured? What was the reason for you not being able then to continue playing post that game?
I actually was stopped I got a message after I was taken out of the team because I remember we were going to play, after Sekhukhune, we were playing a home game in Mpumalanga. So we had a training session, it was Thursday, and we were traveling on Friday. So my name was not on the list. And I was, as per usual, you don't question when you are taken out of the team because chances are maybe you did not perform well enough to be selected. You accept and want to work hard to be brought back again. And then received a message from the team manager. I think it was after the cheaper game, saying, the coach says I mustn't come back to join the team. Then I accepted. I asked Uti, okay, so what does this mean? No, your program will be sent to you separately. I was like, no, okay, I appreciate that. Cool. And then it was sent. I was told that I have to train by myself. And then I did so under the guidance of Coach Pupu. Yeah, and I did so until the season ended.
That is strange. So you play against, you play the Sekhukhune game for TS Galaxy that you remember, which was on the 4th of November last year.
I think so.
Yeah. So this is full circle now because here we are, it's the 8th of November. I want to find out more though. Stick around. Xola Mlambo is my guest. We'll get into it after this.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live.
In 3, 2, 1.
On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
Start your engines and crank down the windows, South Africa. It's time to pump it up and win your share of 2 million rand in Pick and Pay grocery vouchers with BP. This festive, swipe your smart shopper every time you pump it up with 600 rand or more. That's 200 winners, 10,000 rand each in 8 weeks. So pump it up at BP all festive for more chances to win. T's and C's apply. BP, every day brighter.
Bring out the star in you with Lotto Star's exclusive Real Rush Privé games. Spin the reels now to turn your into woohoo with Mystic Fortune Deluxe Privé, Golden Unicorn Deluxe Privé, Hot Fruit Privé, Tycho Beats Privé, and many more. You could win payouts of up to 20 million rand on our Real Rush games instantly. Lotto Star, your world of live games.
Lotto Stars, licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Shape your degree, your future, your career. The IIE MSA campus in the West Rand is the largest private higher education campus in South Africa, with a unique and exciting student experience, world-class facilities, on-campus residences, and a wide range of study areas to choose from. Applications for 2024 are open. Inquire now at iiemsa.co.za. IIE MSA is a leading brand of the Independent Institute of Education, a registered higher education provider.
Before they buy your car, be really sure. Before they push too far, be really sure. Be really sure. Be really sure. Before you drive in and think what might have been. Before they buy your car, be really sure.
Get to the new Wheelie Mega Store in Midstream and choose from thousands of cars at wholesale prices. Wheelie.co.za, SA's most trusted place to buy, sell or trade your car.
The official Black Friday combination from Game. Ramming in next is the Asus Intel Celeron laptop bundle for 4499. Broadcasting low prices is a Samsung 55-inch smart TV for 10,999. The official Black Friday combination. Coming in fresh is the Hisense 374-liter bottom mount fridge for 5,999. Don't miss these unbeatable deals in store and online. There's only one Black Friday and it's at Game. Deals valid 8 to 14 November. T's and C's apply.
Connect your home to super fast, uncapped internet from Supersonic from just 349 Rand per month. That's all the movies, games, series binges, and downloads you could want. Sign up with Supersonic Fiber from just 349 Rand per month, and we'll throw in a free-to-use router, free delivery, and free installation. For real, it's from just 349 Rand per month. Check your coverage and sign up today at supersonic.co.za. T's and C's apply.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Coach Rulani Mukwena is my guest. He's the head coach of Mamelodi Sundowns, about to make history. Well, when you talk about injuries, try to scribble a couple of names here. But Tusi Obas, who had the adductor injury, it was stage 2 rehab. Sipombule, ankle injury, stage 3 rehab. You mentioned Lucas Ribeiro now, knee injury, stage 3 rehab. Also Nasir Abubakar as well, quadricep injury, stage 3 rehab. Ira Shalulile, ankle injury, stage 3 rehab. It almost sounds like I'm calling out a ward at a hospital here.
Or different load shedding stages.
Yeah. When are we expecting electricity back?
Pretty soon, I hope.
So Ramakgopa is a former leader in Tshwane. He's now our Minister of Electricity. I'm sure he has a soft spot for Masandawana. Speedy recovery to him, because I think he's also looking at his arm. He has a stage 3 injury.
#MSW. #MSW.
Exactly 25 minutes after the hour, it is #MSW Marawa Sports Worldwide live on the YouTube channel, so you can switch on, you can log on, you can watch, you can listen, you can add your comments as well. Xola Mlambo is my guest, and I know that we had talked about that Sekhukhune game. And to quickly check, the last one in November last year, you were not in the squad, so there was a period after your official game where you played 28 minutes for Tears Galaxy against Sekhukhune. On that day, it was though as far back as May. It was the 3rd of May. So me saying November makes it seem like it was like a year. So it's a year plus. So it's a year plus. May was the last time. Because after that, when they played against Abo, Chippa United and Stellenbosch and everything else, you were never part of the squad. You were then excluded. So 28 minutes was what you got in May last year to kick a professional ball. Then how would you describe to us, Xola?
No, Parop, I think it's this year.
Yeah.
I think it's this year, if I'm correctly, which is last season.
Last season, technically. So I think that's the technical word, is last season.
It's last season, but this year.
In the calendar year of 2023.
Yeah, so it's been 4 months, if I'm calculating correctly, while I am seemingly as it is without a team, but without a clearance on my hand, sadly. But
okay, there's two things there. No team, no clearance. You still contracted to Tears Galaxy?
By how I know and understand things, it should be, because I don't have a clearance. But I am not, because I'm not part of them, and I'm not being paid by half, So they will have their platform, their piece to say. And I've said what I know is the truth on my side, and they will say whatever that they have to say, and we'll take it from there.
You requested the clearance, though?
Not really, because, many people that know me, they know, Guti, I'm not a person who is very engageful.
Yeah.
So after the situation happened, I spoke to Uhlubi, and then Uhlubi said to me, no, Upra team said they terminate him. I was like, oh, okay, no problem, cool.
So just firstly, explain who Uhlubi is.
Oh, Uhlubi, I think, is part of the management. I forgot his ranking in the team. Okay. So he's the one that gave me a call and saying that Upra team, I had a meeting with Upra team yesterday.
Yeah.
Because he sent me a message that I had a meeting, no Upra team. I said, okay, Utin. And then he gave me a call. It's like, no, says the relationship between you and the coach is broken, so we terminate him. I said, no problem. So that's where the nitty-gritties then of the termination thingy entered. So the reason why I did not have my clearance at hand is because I had a relationship, no back. Hence the engagement and the understanding of the termination. At least talk to me directly. Don't send people, But I accepted the situation because I take everything as it comes, because that's life. In life, you plan, but God decides, And I accepted it. Will be sure. I then said to Uhlubi, but we cannot then jump into that stage, because there's other matters as well that needs to be discussed. Then Uhlubi was like, oh, I did not know of that, because some of the things I can't mention on a prayer.
Yeah.
Because now the matter needs to be resolved, So that's when he then said to me, oh, okay. And my agent then, being Opasha, I spoke to her, and then we discussed what he gave me. No, I'll have a discussion, a team. We see how we resolve this thing, And then the discussions happened, then we could not meet each other halfway. The last meeting that we had, that I think it delayed the whole process of me having my clearance and all of that thing. The last meeting, it was when they went to play at Durban. I don't have the exact dates, you know. That's when we had the meeting. I think they had a game Wednesday and they had a game on Sunday. We met, he called me, we met Esentini.
When you played Royal AM and then played AmaZulu?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not big on following them, so
August.
wouldn't know.
Yeah, so you don't follow TS Galaxy?
No, not after what happened.
That's
I think,
painful.
Yeah, it is, you know, and to be actual about the situation is that when something is done by somebody whom you've trusted for the longest time in your career, it becomes as a shocker to say, oh, wow, this is how life then becomes one day. So you need to be prepared and take it as it comes as a man. Because at the end of the day, maybe God is actually relaying a message and using me as an example to say, listen, daughter, be an example to the young boys to say certain things will happen in life. So never relax, you know. But I took it and I accepted. There was a time where I was in a dark space. But through prayer and going to church, I think I came out strong, you know.
Caused by this?
Yeah. I mean, this is a difficult situation. Being denied an opportunity to be doing what you love, something that you knew and you've been doing for almost your entire life. It's saddening, you know. So...
But according to you, though, I want to shed some light here, because here I am picturing you playing the 28 minutes against Sekhukhune, and then there's a termination that comes afterwards. I mean, a termination is either you'd have breached something within the contract that they then deem, because I see, I mean, Tim is a legal mind, is a lawyer by profession. Then he would have found something within the contract that says he is within his rights to terminate your contract. How do you move from playing to termination?
If I look at the situation, the entire season for me, I think it was a difficult one, you know, because if you can look at it, I was playing, not playing, coming in as a sub, starting on and off. That thing is disturbing in life as a football player, like a level of inconsistency. And if we go back to the last game that I played, so we went on camp at Polokwane. We were playing Sekhukhune. There's everything okay and everything happens for its own reason, you know? So that game, if you can go back and check the game, there's number of subs that came in. And if you look at the previous game prior to that one, you will see there was a difference and a change in squad. You know, they brought back Traore, who hasn't been playing, who was injured. And he's part of the team, if he's okay and fit, we cannot question the coach's decisions as to why you're putting Traore and all of those things.
Yeah.
But it's in of our best interest at heart to understand that you cannot put somebody who's unfit to compete and help the team to perform to its best ability, you know? So if there are clips of that game, you will see before I came on, Traore went on before me. And then we were being led.
Yeah.
You know, we were trailing behind with a goal. And I came on as a sub. And funny enough, the remarks were made, you know, by the opposition bench. They were even telling the goalkeeper to say, hey, hold that ball. The striker is injured. Came on as a sub, you know. I then went to the coaches. I said, we are one man short and we need a goal. So it's either you have to take Traore out, put somebody else who will help in and put in the effort to help the team get the results. Towards, I can't remember the minutes that everything happened to that. They subbed to Traore, and the game went on. Yeah, I think Bafago Medina. Yeah. So the game went on. Bernard Parker pushed forward and then got a penalty. We found an equalizer. Everyone was happy. But to my understanding, maybe it was wrong of me to go closer to the bench to say, we are one man short, take Traore out because they just put him in as a sub. I don't know, you know. And then we go to training after that game. We train, everything, it's fine.
But just to get it right. So Traore starts the game.
No, came on as a sub.
He comes on as a sub in the second half for Medina. You had, also come off the bench?
Yes, come in as a sub as
so
well.
You also come off the bench. Was it Mbunjana?
I can't remember
that he
the
had come on
subs.
for.
Yeah.
But yours was also second half.
Yes.
So when you make the comment about Traore, you were still on the bench?
No,
You
I
were
was inside.
already on the field?
On the field
Okay.
that time.
Okay.
You know? So looking at the situation prior to whatever that occurred, I think maybe I should have handled the situation better, keep quiet and be like, but I think as a winner, Prahop, you don't accept that. And playing the PSL for the number of years that I've did and the little that I've achieved, I'm a fighter at heart and I want the results no matter where we play or how we play or when we play or even when I train, you know?
Yeah.
So, but looking and analyzing the situation now, I'm saying maybe all of those things led to what even transpired. Because
But you were just in my mind, and what I'm hearing this for the very first time, is you are sharing information that you are picking up from the opposition bench that they know that Traore is
they
injured.
seeing,
They
they
that he's
seeing what he couldn't even run, you know. So we basically were a man short. So Mena was advising to help the team,
Yeah.
team that I'm playing for, the team that I don the badge for, and when I'm inside the field of play, I fight one to win at all cost. You know?
But do they have then, let's say, a disciplinary hearing for you? Let's say they were offended by your remarks.
We will get there, Prahop.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, looking back at the occurrence of the situations, maybe that transpired to me being stopped to being part of the team. So maybe that was one that led to whatever that happened. And then we were going to Chipa's game after the Polokwane game, you know. Gladly we drew and everything is right. But you must remember, abantu abafani, Prahop. So there are leaders maybe whom when they get advice from the people that they are leading, they will take it and use it and see that they have a good followingship. And there are leaders that when they get information from their followers, they feel intimidated, you know. But it's each to their own. We cannot define how people receive and take things as they are brought to them, you know. And then during the week, then we trained. Everything was good. We were training till the last day. At Thursday, we were playing table tennis, football tennis, you know, because they say we're toning down. We are going into a match because Saturday we're playing, Friday we're traveling. Good. We play table tennis, and then it happens with the team plays against the coaches. You know, it's competitive. It's nice. You know, it's stimulating the mind because as much as it's toning down, it's fun, but you're
still competing.
Yes, we are preparing to go to the game, you know, and then we are being cheated. Remarks are being thrown, threats to the officials of the table tennis. We lose a game, we go down. We play, we win, we have to come back to the square that they call the Champions League. That means if you win, you progress until you get there. And then if you remain there, you're the champions. We come back, we play against them.
Yeah.
And then the similar things reoccur. I can't take it, Prahop. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, if I have to be cheated and accept that defeat, Anjalo, it's bittersweet for me. But if it's something that we are doing and it's fun games, then we have to look at it in other directions. And then I moved my team because it's 3 versus 3. It was me, Uvuyo, and Ubob. That was our tennis squad.
Right.
Njalo masidlala football tennis. That was my team.
Yeah.
And then we were playing against the coach and the 2 assistant coaches. And then I moved, I call on the side. Uvuyo tried to call me. I said, Vuyo, there's no point to Lentole because we are playing to win. It's competitive, it's fun, it's nice, but we are being cheated. And then Badlala Boy 2, they finished. I did call. Yapeli training session. It was almost done, Nakon. Yapeli training session, we gathered, we prayed. And if I feel what I did wrong, maybe I wasn't supposed to leave. Bekmele ngibe a coward, then take that defeat. Okay, so and whatever that's being said is said. And then everyone will like me and I'll remain and be part of the team, you know? But unfortunately, my morals don't allow me to do so. I want everything and the treatment to be fair for everyone, you know? So,
Sure.
training session.
Pause it there. At the end of the training session is where we'll pick up, because I think the important thing Xola says that his morals do not allow him and did not allow him at the time. So do you get punished then as a professional footballer for your morals?
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live. In 3, 2, 1. On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
If you want to make real money, you got to start your own
The
business.
thing is, you need a stable profession. Doctor, lawyer, accountant.
You won't get anywhere without a postgrad.
Career in tech is the way forward.
Going to the family business, it just makes sense.
At Investec, we won't tell you how to make your money, but we will help you make the most of it. If you earn over 800,000 Rand per annum, you could qualify to bank with us. We'll even take care of the admin when you switch your account. Now that's private banking. Investec is an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.
Mom, imagine there was a car that could help save the planet.
Well, we don't have to imagine. We drive a Haval HEV. They only use half the fuel of a regular car, and it charges as you go.
Wow.
You see, saving the planet is as simple as driving with a Haval HEV. Discover the Haval Jolian and H6 HEVs from under 480,000 Rand, including deal assist. Plus, get a limited 7 years or 200,000 kilometer warranty upgrade. Visit dealassist.haval.co for more. T's and C's apply.
The wait is over. Join us at Hirsch's from the 1st to the 30th of November as we reveal the biggest Black Friday deals weekly. Huge savings on TVs, appliances, aircons, and much more. Save 5,600 Rand when you buy a Samsung 70-inch UHD TV for only 11,999. Black Friday deals also available online at Hirsch's.co.za. Stock is limited. T's and C's apply. Hirsch's, we will save you money this Black November.
Don't miss out on best value fiber from MWeb, SA's #1 fiber ISP. Get uncapped 20 megabytes per second fiber for only 299 Rand per month with month-to-month payments, no upfront costs, and get connected in 5 days. Visit mweb.co.za or call 087 700 5000 to find out more. MWeb, better internet, better you. T's and C's apply. Web Connect coverage depending.
Jane, do you take this man to be your husband, to love, honor, comfort in help? What? For how long? Really?
When you have experienced the freedom of real individual choices, everything else that doesn't offer many options becomes questionable. That's the beauty of Avis Eileys, our car usership service that offers you the choice to drive the car you want for as long as you want without the hassles of ownership.
You guys need to explore your options more.
Avis Eileys, it's next level mobility. Visit aviseileys.co.za for details.
Experience true pleasure and crack into the new Magnum chocolate cookie crumble. Velvety white chocolate coated ice cream sprinkled with cocoa cookie pieces tantalizes your taste buds with a satisfying, crunchy, and magical blend made for when you need to treat yourself. If you're a true pleasure seeker, the new chocolate cookie crumble by Magnum is the answer. Enjoy it for the ultimate indulgence, perfectly coated in Magnum white chocolate. Magnum, true to pleasure.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Quick one, Marawa. Some of us Kaizer Chiefs fans who live around Pretoria want to come and support the Sandawana team on the final. So, not sure because I hear it's a free entrance if we will be allowed to enter the stadium with our Kaizer Chiefs regalia, or is it only for the Sandawana? Thanks, Robert.
Head coach Rulani Mukwena is my guest. He's the head coach of Mamelodi Sundowns. How do you answer that?
And I say it would be very difficult for myself to wear an opposition jersey and a rival's jersey while trying to give support where it's needed the most. We'll be representing South Africa.
But he can wear a Chiefs jersey, but also maybe buy a Sundown scarf.
Maybe if he can afford the scarf, he may as well buy the jersey.
It's like being invited to an all-white party and you ask if you can wear purple.
#MSW. #MSW. Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
Rarop nama shareholders way MSW. It's very frustrating to hear Xola Mlambo's story. If this was happening in a player, Lodlalela, maybe Imamelodi Sundowns, that will be a story of the year. But because it's Tim Sukas who is a lawyer, then it's fine. It's not the first player that he goes out of TS Galaxy like this. But then what can we say? Thanks, Bararop. It's Petros from Pretoria.
Petros in Pretoria, thank you so much indeed. If you're just joining us, Xola Mlambo is my guest. Well, I suppose he's not contracted to anybody. I would be saying TS Galaxy player, but I can't call him that. So you heard the voice note there, Xola, saying that if it was anywhere else, it would be a big story. But now you have a lawyer who's an owner of the club and things are a little bit more contained. Have you spoken to the owner of the club in recent time? And what is he saying? I mean, does he have any sympathy at all?
Oh, Barop, that's a story for another day. But the last time I saw Utim, it was the last day when I had the training session on a Thursday, the one that I mentioned.
Yeah.
Because he was there in the field. He was there in the field when everything occurred and we prayed, we left. I even said to him, show sharp team. So I thought I was going to see him maybe tomorrow or Saturday as the game as usual because I was part of the squad in the previous team and I think I trained pretty well to be in the team that was going to play against Chippa, you know. But it did not happen like that. And the last time I saw Pratim, it's, as I mentioned, Ogoti, it's when they were going to play Durban, the two games that they had not so long ago. We had a meeting, me and him. He called me, we met at a restaurant. Didn't even call me into his office. He said he wanted to go grab something to eat. Can we meet there? I said, okay, cool, no problem. Because of the relationship I thought that we had, or the relationship that I knew that was there.
Yeah.
And we met. That was the last time I saw him and heard from him, because our parting shot on that day, he then said to me, now I understand the whole thing that happened. And I reminded him, I said, you were there, you know, because that was the last time I trained with the TX Galaxy family. And then he said, yep, the coach said to me, he's removing you from the team, but did not go in depth. And I got busy. I am sorry. Those were his words. He said, I got busy. I thought I was going to fix the situation and call you in or maybe call the coach in. We see how we handle whatever that transpired in football, tennis. But it never happened until I saw him now recently as the season has commenced. You know, so that was it. Atigeme, he will give me a call back because they are playing Wednesday and they are playing Sunday, if I remember correctly, because they have two games at Durban on that week. He said, I'll give you a call when I come back because I might come back Sunday after the game or Monday. I think the window is over. It was closer to the window being closed. Atigeme, the window is going to close, so I'll... because of the relationship. Those were his words, you know. I will get back to you and I'll call you, set up a meeting and finalize this thing. And, you know, I said, okay, cool. That was the last time I heard of him. And then time went by, value window. After the window closed, another week happened. I've been quiet for quite some time. Until then, it had to be a legal matter, you know. So that's how it happened.
So is it a legal matter beside it being a DRC matter? Is it like legal, courts of law?
I think it is legal because it's two parties represented by their attorneys.
Wow.
You know, so...
But still no DC. Sorry to come in. Just to establish, because you got to exhaust, in my understanding, all legal avenues available to the parties internally. And having a DC internally is one of those. Was that ever something that was offered to you?
We engaged, Brahop,
legally
in terms of us sending them a letter, them responding to us, and until where it is now, because now it is there at the DC, you know. And prior to coming here, I think I got an email saying that we have a sit-in. I think if it's not closer to the end of this month, I'll have to revisit and check it. You know, I never saw myself going to that step, NOPA team, but it went as far as it went. And you cannot change whatever that transpired. It's life.
But you can't retrospectively now go to a DC when your contract's been terminated.
That's how it is. I mean, it's the first time, to be honest, having to engage and getting into a situation like this.
Yeah.
I think you remember when I was at Pirates, Manghamba, bengasadlali, I would come in, and then Coach Zimbawa said, "Hey, Ndota, you are not part of my plans next season." And I think Mpomi engaged and told me the news. I said, no, I appreciate it. And there's nothing I can do, you know, to try and convince the coach to, like, I cannot force the situation. And then they amicably. So I'm not a person who will fight things or do.
So you're saying it was cleaner with Pirates
like it
to
was.
AmaZulu?
Yeah, it was smooth. It was done, handled. So why now, you know? Hence, I stayed for quite some time because I wanted to resolve this out of where it is now, you know, trying to engage and get to, because the engagement prior, it was between Utim, no Pasha being my agent, you know, and then Pasha would come back with the feedback and tell me, are they saying this? Or when I lay Oisho, they, you know.
But is there no conflict of interest in terms of that?
Ganjan, Prahop. Maybe you know better, Angas.
Let's leave it there for now.
And Rob and Xola Mlambo, who is affectionately known as U1010. Rob, you don't get to acquire the nickname of U1010 if you don't have football brains, you're not comfortable on the ball, you don't have the ability to take on opposition with charisma and character. And Xola Mlambo had all those attributes and even more. This is one player that we followed from the township tournaments, and to see him transform and become a professional player, even displaying the same qualities, for me that says a lot about him, and it's rather unfortunate that we don't see him playing anymore. But I just want to say to Xola Mlambo, you still have a lot to offer, you still have a lot to give to the game, and I just hope somebody will give you that opportunity to display your talent and give us what you do best. Thank you so much.
Debocho, thank you very, very much indeed. How do you respond to that? I mean, a very positive call.
It's very heartwarming, Barop. It's very heartwarming, and I think I owe it to the people that have supported me as well to share my story, and even when the time for me to hang my boots comes, it must be done according to my will and God's will, you know. And hearing such voice notes, they are heartwarming. It shows Uguti, there's still people that care, there's still people that miss to see me play. As much as I miss playing, I mean, opportunity given, God works in so many ways. I mean, uNkulunkulu, it's a spirit being that works with people, so as the devil. So the higher you're talented and qualified and all of that, the higher the tribulations that you'll have to face in life, and you have to take them head on as they come. That's life, you know. You can't choose the other and not want to accept the other as well.
But that's crazy, because I remember back in 2018, Dan Malisela said that if he was Bafana coach, he would definitely have you in the Bafana team. Then Stuart Baxter was the coach. You were probably at the highest level of your performance.
Hey, you know.
But I'm not lying.
There was a time when I was told, Uguti, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Stuart was the coach to be selected as, and I think it was on the publications, if I'm not mistaken.
It was news all over.
Yeah, but I did not make the cut because I'm slow and all of that, and the team that we are going to play with, it broke my heart. I don't want to lie. That was sad to know, but you're deserving to be in a place, but unfortunately you can't.
Because you're slow.
Because we're going to play Ghana, and you know. So you take zonke lezo zinto the way they come. It's life.
Do you know what Dr. Khumalo did to Ghana? Do you know what Dr. Khumalo did to Brazil? What he did to Nigeria? What he did to so many teams?
That is my almost favorite player, Prahop. I mean,
but that's why I'm using him as an example.
Yeah,
and
I
Doctor would say he was not the quickest.
I grew up loving Kaizer Chiefs. Everyone that knows me, they know Uguti. I'm a Kaizer Chiefs at heart growing up. And it happened, Uguti, I played football professionally. It was just unfortunate, Uguti. A lot of player, it happens. I think Utso Vilagazi as well played for Pirates, but he grew up supporting Kaizer Chiefs. So those things happen. I loved Dr. Khumalo, 16V from the time we grew up. After Doctor, I think I followed Uskara.
Yeah.
So...
but nobody would dare say to Doc, you're slow. They would say, how do we use the skill that he has with the lack of pace so that he can beat Ghana?
Yeah.
But not use something as crazy as saying...
It's the same as the game in Brazil. I mean, after that game, the late coach Clive said he made a huge mistake by subbing a Doctor.
Yeah.
And I mean, like playing against that team of Brazil, against Abo Cafu, Abo Bebeto, Abo Roberto. It was a marvel to watch Dr. Khumalo play. I mean, you're just unfortunate as a South African if you've never seen Dr. Khumalo in the field of play. He was a marvel. He was something else. He was magical, And Coach Clive, I think with this coaching thing, apart from knowing to manage players and human management, and you need to be a great puzzle maker so that I've got Dr. Khumalo. I cannot use him like this, and a sprinter. I can utilize him in certain position, and I'll have issues around him.
Quick question to you. Man City, they have a player called Doku right now. I'm sure you've seen Doku. Crazy player. The other day, they analyzed him brilliantly.
Before I even went to Man City, I saw the guy playing for his national team.
So that's what I'm talking about. Pep's not going to say, Doku, I want you to run and run. No, isolate, stay on the wing. We do all the hard work. Players are busy running after the ball. The minute it gets there, he's already re-energized. He's got the pace. He's got the skill.
He's isolated.
He's isolated.
It goes with coaching. I mean, coaching is a skill. It takes the brain to understand and know your players and how to utilize and use them. Like you speaking of Doku and speaking of Pep now knows and understands what I want you to be isolated on the side, so that when we switch play to go to you, it's easier for you to have a one-on-one that's open as compared to us bringing the game to you. And one-on-one are easier to solve as compared to 2v2 because the person has cover. You might think you've passed the one player, but the other one also can read the situation at hand. Because I think I mastered that as well. I was a good situation reader. As much as people might think, this one could not mark. That's one thing that I was taught by Coach Dan. There's different ways of marking. It's either you win the ball or you change the point of the team's attack or you delay their attack.
Let me delay something quickly. Let me play this.
Marawa, good evening. It's so frustrating. I mean, it's so painful. I can actually sympathize with most of the players because today we only get to know about the story of Xola Mlambo, but there are so many players out there who are so dejected, who lost hope, and we ask ourselves, where are they? Why are they not playing? These very same coaches, when they get fired, you give them a platform and they cry foul to their bosses, forgetting that they are also responsible and reliable for so many casualties that we might not know of. And it's just a pity, Marawa, that these players get to actually express themselves when their careers are over. They cannot speak whilst they are still active. Hence, today we're sitting with Xola Mlambo.
Okay, I'm just going to cut that off because of time. I want you to then answer that. He says when your career is over, is yours over? In 10 seconds, are we going to see you sprouting out somewhere?
I don't think my career is over. It's just a matter of God opening the opportunity and granting me to do what I love doing best.
Are you going back to Chippa?
I don't know.
Any club that's promised?
Whenever the opportunity is given.
Yeah.
I think it would be a matter of me analyzing and seeing the situation and accepting the offer that they will bring.
Before the end of the season?
As long as the opportunity comes.
Yeah.
My door is wide open.
Please don't close that door, Baba. We need your talent. I appreciate you and I thank you for your time.
I appreciate the opportunity, Prahop. It's always nice catching up with you.
Thank you so much.
Marawa Marawa Sports Worldwide Live.
In 3, 2, 1.
On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live.
#MSW.